But you said expectations are too high, and you also mentioned, well, men wanting women who are virgins. Is that like a too high of an expectation?
I think, not that there's anything wrong with that, but if a man has a high body count and only wants to date or sleep with virgins, I find it creepy, honestly.
Oh, okay. Well, we can get into that.
I find it, I do. Because if you yourself are not saving yourself for marriage, and it's not like a religious thing where you think you can sleep with whoever you want.
What if it becomes a religious thing?
But I mean, it's kind of too late for that. But
no, it's kind of not.
So a woman can
hang on.
A woman can sleep with 100 men and then wait till marriage?
Let's back up. They do. But let's back up real quick.
Okay.
Let's start with, you say, well, if it's not a religious thing, what if it becomes a religious thing?
I'm not saying it can't become a religious thing.
Is it creepy then?
But if a man has a body count of 100, just using a random number, and only wants women who are virgins, I find that very creepy and almost predatory.
What if he get? Well, hang on. Let me finish.
Okay, yeah.
So let's say he gets to 100. Okay, gets to 100, converts to Christianity. Says, I want to get married to a virgin, but I'm not going to sleep with her before we're married. Is that still creepy?
Why would you want a virgin?
To answer the question,
okay.
is it still creepy?
I do think it's still creepy.
Why?
I find it almost fetishizing the fact that she's a virgin.
Even if he's still willing
Why would
to
it be a
wait.
fetish?
So I just don't see the requirements.
Isn't that under the purview of his religious belief?
Okay, if you want someone with a low body count or someone who also wants to wait for marriage,
Why
that's
not a virgin?
fine.
That's the lowest body count.
Okay,
right?
but why? Why do you want that?
Well, what if he's doing it via divine command? What if they think it's divine command?
But you yourself were not.
I didn't say I was, but I'm asking about divine command.
It's not hypocritical.
Where's the hypocrisy?
It's being hypocritical because you yourself are not a virgin and you're only looking to marry a virgin.
So what you've just done,
despite whether or not she's had 100 bodies in the past, and now is saying, "I'll wait till marriage for my 101st body."
What you've just done is made an argument from hypocrisy, which is a fallacy, right? So can you make the argument not from hypocrisy and give me an actual argument for why that's in any way, shape, or form wrong?
I never said it's wrong.
You said it was predatory and creepy.
Well,
predatory sounds pretty wrong.
Okay, I do think it's a little off if a man wants a virgin and they themselves were not in the past.
Yeah, you find that your preference is
because
it's my preference, but there's no real argument.
When men think of virgins, they typically think of the adjectives innocent, young,
virtuous.
Pure.
Virtuous, fine.
Pure.
Pure.
So men who find virtue are not allowed to go for maximum virtue.
Before I answer that.
Okay.
If there was a woman who, let's just say not even 100, 10 bodies, right? Mm-hmm. She has 10 bodies. She said, you know what? I found God. I'm going to wait till marriage for the rest. And that same man who has had 100 bodies and now has reformed and found God and wants to wait till marriage automatically disqualifies her just for the fact that she is not a virgin.
What's he doing wrong?
You don't find that creepy at all?
No. What's he doing wrong?
He's not necessarily doing anything wrong.
Okay, so hang on. He's not doing anything wrong. He's not doing anything immoral. He's also doing something which is maximum virtue from your purview. So tell me, why do you find it creepy outside of, it just gives me the ick?
It's the same instance.
No. Anything besides it just gives me the ick?
I will.
Okay.
Can I ask you another question before I continue? Do you find a 40-year-old man sleeping with an 18-year-old woman to be creepy?
Don't give a flying fuck. Not even a little.
I personally find that creepy and predatory.
Do you think she should vote?
That's a whole other discussion.
Oh, well, wait a second. You don't want this dumb chick who these evil predators can just come and mangle her brain. You don't want them to be able to, hang on, you don't want them to be able to vote and then cancel out the well-informed vote of 40-year-old men, do you?
Keep it here, Nick.
Why does any 40-year-old man, you're halfway through your life, want to have sex with someone fresh out of high school or maybe still in high school?
Well, okay.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, who gives a shit? Why is it that 18-year-old women should be allowed to vote?
I never said they should or shouldn't.
Should 21-year-olds be allowed to vote?
I think that high schoolers maybe should not vote. But
even at 18?
That's a whole... Yeah, a lot of 18-year-olds are still in high school or just graduating.
So then why not just advocate this instead? instead of saying, I find it creepy, the age gap, right?
Yes.
Why not just say, I want to raise the age of consent to 21?
Because I don't think the age of consent should be raised to 21.
Right, okay, so just the age of consent between too much of an age gap. How much is the age gap that you think is too much?
What's that equation divided by 2 plus 7 or something?
So that's just all ick, though. Isn't that just all ick?
I don't think.
So, like, can a 40-year-old man hook up with a 70-year-old woman? Can he marry a 70-year-old woman? Is that too much of an age gap?
They can. I think an 18-year-old is a child. I think anyone under 25 does not have a fully developed brain.
Then why are they fucking allowed to vote and join the military and do all this other fucking shit? Why can they buy cigarettes? Why can they buy beer? Why can they drive cars? What are you doing?
18-year-olds cannot buy beer.
No, you say
21-year-olds.
up until 25,
Yes,
their
and
brains
there
aren't
are a
fully
lot of
developed.
restrictions.
So why don't no at 21
As far as
all
you
restrictions are
mentioned
basically
drinking,
gone.
Smoking,
At 21 it's
renting
all gone.
cars.
Don't-
No, at 25.
Wait.
it's
Wait. Back up.
restriction-free.
First of all, at 21 years old,
Yes.
basically all restrictions off the table, right? There's very few that aren't there. And
Yeah,
when it
I
comes to like getting a car, that's because of insurance purposes. 25-year-olds have way more experience driving. That's why. It's fairly simple, right? So we move
Just
back.
like 25-year-olds have much more life experience.
Yeah, but here's the question, right? Why is it that a 40-year-old and 18-year-old can't make the decision to get married? Right?
I never said they could not.
Or hook up or whatever it is they want to do, right? But the 18-year-old can nullify the vote of the 40-year-old if you think that the disparity in their brains are that bad.
You keep bringing up the voting argument when I never mentioned voting.
I know, I mentioned it because I'm giving you an analogy for why your argument's absurd. I'm giving you an analogy by pointing out this thing over here exists and is fine because Schrodinger's feminist, who can both vote and is a girl boss and is an ass kicker, could do everything at 18 years old, suddenly is matched up with an evil 40-year-old Sith Lord who just wants to mangle her fucking brain so he can sleep with her. Is she competent enough to deal with this ass-kicking feminist? Or do we need to raise the age of consent so that this hyper-predatory Sith Lord can't mangle her brain?
Most 40-year-old men at some point in their life, when they're younger, had a child that is probably 18 or older. So if you are at an age where you're sleeping with a woman the age of potentially your own daughter, I find that extremely predatory and creepy.
Well, I find it predatory that woman could be sleeping with a man the age of her father.
You can't even
What
have
a sick bitch.
You can't
What
even
a
have
sick bitch.
You can't
Take that bitch to prison.
Oh my God.
you can't even have a serious conversation.
That's a serious argument.
using all these goofy
It's as
voices
serious of an
because your
argument as your argument. I can't believe he's sleeping with someone the age of his daughter. Well, I can't believe she's sleeping with someone the age of her father.
I stated the fact that men specifically want younger women.
And I just stated that in this
usually-
case, the younger woman must
agree.
also want the man.
I agree, and I think that's weird, okay? But there's a completely different aspect.
This makes no sense. What are you talking? If she wants it and he wants it, your problem
Okay.
is just, it gives me the ick.
No, so let's
Just
use
say
your
it gives you the
example.
ick.
Let's
You're
give
never
your
going to win this
example.
argument.
So there's an 18-year-old with
Okay.
a body count of 100, and she
Uh-huh.
finds a 40-year-old virgin dude, and she wants to train him to be her husband and to take care of him and look after him and all that. I mean, everyone has their own cup of tea, but that's weird. Why would an 18-year-old...
What do you mean train him?
She's an adult. She can make her own decisions.
Most 40-year-old men who are looking for virgins or 18, 19-year-old women want to train them how to be their woman. That's why they go for the innocent young woman.
Oh.
They don't want someone with prior experience.
Oh, and so why are those younger women going for those older men?
It's typically the men who go for the younger
And but
women.
why are those women going
Because
with those
the older
men?
men have convinced them because they're
Oh.
young and
no,
young.
I think that the younger women just want their fucking resources and are using their beauty in order to entice them so they can take all their shit.
Fact.
You tell me why I'm wrong and you're right.
I didn't say you're not wrong, but I don't...
So what makes you right?
I'm just making the point that I think men...
Now tell me why
I think
I'm
older
wrong.
men focusing on wanting virgins is very creepy.
Well, I think that younger women,
And yes, that's
the
an
fact
opinion.
that
That's
younger
an opinion.
women will entice these 40-year-old men to take their resources, I think that's creepy.
I don't know why you're so defensive. If you
Well,
weren't
I'm
married, would you
pointing
want
out-
to have sex with an 18-year-old woman?
Oh my God, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? What does that have to do with anything?
Can you answer yes or no?
What was the question
If you were an
again?
unmarried man, would you want to have sex with an 18-year-old woman?
No, I wouldn't.
Why?
That wouldn't be my preference because it's not my preference. But if it were, I wouldn't see anything wrong with it, and you wouldn't either. You got
Why-
you have
why is it
hang
not
on,
your
shh.
preference?
You have no moral argument, not a single one. You have not a single argument that you've given thus far other than it's fucking icky. Now, when you're ready to give me an argument, and I'm going to sit here and wait.
I gave you
hang on, I'm
multiple
going to
arguments.
wait.
Just because you dismissed them
I'm
didn't
going to
mean I
wait.
did not
Hang on,
give
hang
you
on.
one.
I'm going to wait
I
to hear
said-
anything other than it gives me the ick. Go ahead.
I said there is a high likelihood that that man might have a daughter the same age as this woman he wants to have sex with.
So,
That is morally wrong.
why?
Because she feels like it.
Why?
That is wrong.
Why?
Because a man should not be sexualizing women his daughter's age.
What if
Yes,
his daughter's 30?
Wait, can I jump in on
Hang
this
on,
really
hang
quick?
on. What if his daughter's 30?
If his daughter's, honestly, if you think it's okay to fuck,
What if he's 50
Woman-
and his daughter's 30 and she brings a friend home who's also 30? Is he a fucking creep?
I find that, yes.
That's so, why is that immoral again?
It's okay. I will say it is my opinion. It is my opinion.
It's ick.
Base.
Just say it's ick.
Why do you
Just
want me
take
to
the
use
L
word
and
for
say
that?
the ick.
It's not taking an L.
Just take the L and say it's the ick, Andrew. I have zero arguments at all. Just say it.
I stated multiple arguments. I said her brain is not fully developed. She is young, probably fresh out of high school. She does not have nearly as much life experience. That man is old enough to be her father.
So is it
plus some
immoral?
years. I find it immoral, yes.
Okay, so let's start again. We'll start with the first one. Give me the one argument you think where it's immoral. Let's start with that one. Go ahead.
I find it immoral and hypocritic to...
You can't make an argument from hypocrisy. It's fallacious, so that's dismissed. But you can go ahead and make a different argument, which is moral. Do that.
Yes, it is morally wrong if you are an older man who has had multiple sexual partners to only be interested in innocent, pure young women, to want to train them to be yours and potentially manipulate them into
Great.
being yours.
Why is that immoral?
That's not always the intent to manipulate.
Why is that immoral?
Yeah. For the
Because-
800th time.
I said it is an opinion when it comes to this.
Then that's not, it's just your opinion, it's immoral?
Yes,
Your moral argument is it's my opinion.
sure, we'll say that. Sure.
I'm going to go have a cigarette.
Can I
Well, yeah,
interject?
no, have
A
another
lot of
beer
people
too.
agree
I will
with
take
her.
over. I'm going to take over from there. If you want to take a seat, our good Chilean
I
soldier.
just don't
I'll
understand.
engage with you on the
Okay.
debate, though. So, okay. So you think an 18-year-old woman cannot consent to sex with a man you used?
I never
40.
stated that.
But you were making the argument that their brains, I don't even know if this is true, that their brains are not fully developed. Your brain
that
is
is
not
true.
fully developed until you're 25.
Yes, that is true.
Okay, so because their brain is not developed until they're 25, they should
It was
not what?
The argument wasn't even about age at first. It turned into that. It was about body
Virginity.
count and
Yes,
virginity.
it was about virginity.
I said I
Yeah.
don't know why.
You're the one who brought
Yes, I did.
being young into it, because a woman could be 25 and 30, and she could be actually funnily enough, next week we have a 39 and a 40-year-old virgin women coming on the show. So you can be a virgin and be in your late 20s, 30s.
People can die virgins. People can
Absolutely.
be a virgin at any
yes,
age.
absolutely.
But I
you
don't-
brought the young thing, the young.
It
thing
was more of
into
a
it.
question versus a debate. I was trying
Sure.
to understand, why do men idolize?
By the way, Andrew's cracking up. But I wish we had a camera. Andrew's cracking up out there. Oh no, you're good. I'm just telling them we see you cracking up out there.
It's not what you think.
Oh, okay, something else. Okay.
We weren't laughing at Malik.
I don't know why men idolize and glorify
Virginity?
virgins and young women, especially considering if they're older or have higher body
I
count.
kind of get that to a degree because you obviously have this grooming culture.
Oh my God, it's not grooming to desire a partner with a low body count.
No.
Or-
I'm not saying that they go hand in hand. I'm saying that a small minority of people that do go looking for a small body count do.
Do you think the majority of men who prefer women with a low body count or who prefer virgins are grooming women?
That's why I said a small minority.
Let's just remove that off the table because it's kind of an exceptional scenario. And grooming is a very specific term here. Okay. So wait, I want to engage with you a little bit on this. So you said that people are not, their brains are not fully developed until they're the age of 25, right?
Yes.
So do you think then, and you think this is the case for both men and women, or is it just women who are,
I mean, you can fact check me. I believe
are
that's
more
just science.
likely? No, but do you think it's, you think this applies more so to women because typically men tend to have more of a preference towards younger, keyword women, and I think it's typically not the case for women to prefer younger men.
I mean, I think it goes
So do you
both
think we
ways,
should
but you see it more in the man being older.
Okay, so given the fact that you said that women should not be, I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to say here, but you're saying that, well, this is not okay because their brains are not developed until they're 25. Andrew already asked you this, but do you think we should roll back voting rights for women until they're 25?
I think 25 is a bit steep for that.
So you think we should raise the voting age?
But I wouldn't be opposed to
for just
raising-
women or for both men and women?
For both men and women, I wouldn't be opposed to raising
Okay.
the minimum age. However, for men, since men can be drafted at 18, I don't think it's fair to draft them and not have them be able to vote.
So can
Well,
an
that's-
18-year-old man, is it creepy for him to go for a 40-year-old woman then?
But if a 40-year-old woman goes for an 18-year-old man, I do find that creepy.
I mean, that's
That
what's
man
going
can
on
be
with
her
Amber
son.
Rose right now.
Wait,
Right?
so if the younger one goes for the older one, that's not creepy?
Not necessarily.
So then this is not a moral argument at all. This is just, you got the ick.
Okay,
right? It's just
maybe
you
I
got the ick.
But can you explain to me why men desire young, pure virgins?
Well, yes, I can, actually. And I can lay it out the best possible way. 1, men value fertility. 2, the reason that they want women who have a low body count is because until recently, technology has made it possible for us to determine whether or not the offspring that we have is actually ours. Before that, what determined whether or not the offspring was ours?
So what if?
Hang on. Before that, what determined if the offspring was ours? What would be the best way for you to determine
If
your
you had
offspring
sex
was
with them,
actually
if you had sex with that person
exclusively, right?
Yes.
And so promiscuity and multiple sex partners would definitely lower your kind of ability to know whether or not the offspring was
But that's
actually
irrelevant
yours.
because
Why?
if you find a woman who in the past had under 5 sexual partners, hasn't slept with anyone in
Sure.
years,
Yeah.
a lot of men would still disqualify her from being in a romantic relationship just because she's not a virgin.
Yeah, but you're asking.
that's what I'm
Well, you're
asking for an
making two
explanation on.
bizarre distinctions, though. You're asking why would men be attracted to X, right? Versus the descriptor of there's lots of men who, if you had X
No, I can
behavior,
understand
would push that aside.
I can understand why they're attracted to virgins, but specifically
Mm-hmm.
that they even if the body counts 1, 2, 3, it's a hard no.
Well, again,
I don't think that's a lot of men's standards,
but even if
It is a considerable amount.
but
though.
let's just say it was all of their standards, like all men. That was their standards, right? That old I don't know, no hymen, no diamond, or whatever, right?
No
that's,
hymen, no diamond.
You're right. That's all of their standards. It would still actually make sense as to why, because a woman who's a virgin and you're the person who takes that, you know what I mean, through marriage or whatever. Your assurance of your offspring actually being yours is what percentage?
It would be 100%.
That's it. Now
But
you
if
know.
she does-
Mystery solved.
If she has not had children in the past, how is that relevant?
Well, because
If she
with
is
every single
exclusively
new
with you now,
because
she's
with every
stay-at-home
new
wife.
because with every new sexual partner, you're
She's not having new. She is married
Yeah,
to you
I
now.
understand. I'm trying to give you the rundown. With every new sexual partner that she's had, men intuitively understand that her pair bonding goes down. And so what they're worried about is due to the promiscuity that she'd be more likely to step out. Now, even that percentage could be low, super low. But you know who's the lowest with? Who's at the lowest with?
It is the lowest with virgins.
It is the lowest with
But-
virgins. And how would you assure that your offspring 100% was yours?
If you have an exclusive relationship, it has nothing to do with virginity.
Yeah, but it does
No,
because
hold on.
again with
If you-
promiscuity,
I'm not saying this woman's promiscuous.
yes, but with
She's had
every new
relationships in the
body
past.
count that a woman
She's not having new bodies. She's just
hold
with
on,
you.
let him
yeah,
finish,
but
let him
with
finish.
every new body count that she has, her ability to pair bond lowers. So your ability to note whether she's stepping out on you or not lessens significantly.
I'll read
it's
this in a
simple,
second.
right?
Oh. Okay, young girls are basically. You can tell as soon as they open their mouth and say something, you're basically a P word. You're fetishizing her youth and innocence.
I think that she's fetishizing.
I agree with that.
I think that she's fetishizing your experience and resources.
No,
That's
an
what I think.
18-year-old is a high schooler. They're basically a child.
They're not high
Wait.
schoolers.
You agree with. You think men who are attracted to women who are 18 or 19 are P words.
I didn't say P words. I find
You said
it-
you agree with.
You find it icky.
I do find it. I'll say
Yeah.
the word. I'll make you happy.
Just
I
say
find
icky.
it icky.
Yeah, there you go.
I find it icky that
Okay.
men more than double a high schooler's age want to have sex or get married to her.
And I don't find it icky. So now what do we do with this?
I find you icky.
Yeah, I find you ickier. So now what do we do with this?
Honestly, we have a difference of opinions.
Right.
We don't do anything with it.
We don't do anything with it. So who gives a shit?
But this all started from first we were talking about virginity. You brought youth into this conversation again. Let's assume that the woman's 25 or 30 and she's a virgin. So is it for example, is it icky for a 35-year-old to want to date a 25-year-old virgin? Is
No.
that icky?
No, I don't find it icky. However,
Okay.
I when men typically want virgins, they don't say, I want a virgin older than 25.
I think they would be happy. I
any
mean,
virgin.
virgin is probably
Okay, let's
more important than age.
say they want one at 24. Like what? I don't get the
Then
problem here.
Let them find a 24-year-old virgin.
I think I'd prefer to. I would certainly prefer.
It just feels almost like a fetish in some
It
instances.
just feels like to me
So what?
like
Whatever
Okay.
men are basically not allowed to have preferences, standards, and boundaries. It's always demonized or pathologized when men have
I
some
don't think
sort
it
of
should
thing.
be demonized for older men
Women
to be
are allowed
attracted
to have
high
preferences.
schoolers.
Women are allowed to what? Women are allowed to have preferences.
mean
standards,
college-age
and
women?
boundaries.
Okay, but a lot of where I sit.
Yeah, but a lot of them are college age too.
Okay.
But all that matters is that some could be in high school.
But you see how disingenuous. Do you see how?
Some
Do you
woman
see
in
how?
college-
No. Hold on. But it's funny to me how they'll always use a woman she's in high school. She's 18. She must be in high school, or she's a teenager. Bear in mind, 13, 14, 15, like that's also a teenager, but you're going to use like a 19-year-old woman is technically a teenager, but you use very specific language to kind of give it the marketing spin of like, you're trying to
It's not
paint
a marketing
it. No, but
spin.
you're using language to try to paint it in the most unflattering, bad light way.
Because I do find it to be negative.
Okay, so what's the oldest a 19-year-old woman could date? What's the oldest?
I don't.
She's a
think,
teenager, right? What's the oldest a 19-year-old woman can date without it being
She
creepy?
could date whoever she wants, but if she dates at a certain age, I'm gonna find it fucking icky. Just say it. Just go ahead.
I said it's. I don't think this goes both ways. If 19-year-olds are attracted to older men, that's just them being young and dumb. If older
being-
men are specifically, they don't know. They're 19. They don't know what life is like.
So you're basically saying like an 18-year-old adult is incompetent in making decisions.
Which
Yes.
is
Okay,
exactly
well,
why
which
we
is
shouldn't
stupid
consider
because-
18-year-olds then to be adults.
I was 18 literally in college, so you're saying like a lot of 17-year-olds at that age are picking their futures. Do you think
I
that
don't
they're
think they should.
incompetent?
Icky donated $100. Age gaps should be viewed by percentage of age. Men shouldn't be more than 20% older than the woman.
Wait, so-
Women shouldn't be 5% older than man. Anything outside of this is creepy
Wait,
or
so a
weird.
20-year-old.
By the way, you put that in quotes, creepy and weird.
I like how the username was icky.
It's weird. It's creepy.
Wait, so 18-year-old women should not be able to vote. Is that your position?
I never said that. Stop putting words in my mouth.
But okay, if they're not,
They're
you
either
said
adults or they're not.
okay. 18.
You can't do Schrodinger's feminist. They're either adults or they're not adults.
I never said they were not adults.
Well,
An
then if they're
18-year-old
adults-
is legally an adult woman.
Well, I find
Or
it creepy.
adult man.
I find it creepy 18-year-old women can vote.
If
Wait,
I
so
may,
it
It gives
ask
me
that.
the ick.
Okay.
Wait,
So
Andrew, and let me just come in and say this. So Andrew already stated, for example, at 18, a woman can join the military. She can sign a legally binding contract. She can take out 5 or even 6 figures of student loans. What else? She can
do everything.
She can vote.
The only thing she can't do is buy booze and smokes,
I
basically.
have a question.
That's
So-
it.
go to basically take
should
the
we
future out.
increase the age to do all those things?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Do you?
So then if
Schrodinger's
okay,
feminist.
but if they can join the military where they can go and get a fucking
Shot at?
deleted in a war, don't you think that they can consent to having sex with a man
I never
who's
said they
older?
cannot consent. You both are twisting my words, and I don't know how you're not trying. How you don't understand the
If
point I'm
she
getting
consents
across.
and he consents and they're both
Yes,
adults,
it is. It would be
who
consensual
cares?
sex, but that doesn't mean the guy is not creepy or predatory to specifically want 18-year-old virgins.
Why? What makes him creepy or predatory? Other than ick.
Like I said, if I could talk to you're 19, correct? Mm-hmm.
If I can talk to you
No,
instead of the guy I'm arguing
hold
with.
Hold on. No. Just for sake of example.
Yeah.
If 40 to 60-year-old men constantly hit on you, would you find that predatory or creepy? Honestly.
Well, in like a dating prospect,
In a romantic prospect.
it's just not my preference of men.
But,
so.
I'll just even say your age group. If there was 40 to 60-year-old men who only wanted women your age, how would you feel about those type
I'm not
of men?
surprised. Like that exists.
It exists, but
Just bite the bullet and say sure.
Sure.
Okay, now let me ask you this question back. Now let me ask you this question back the other way. If she went out and hit on a bunch of 40-year-old men, is that creepy?
no.
Then shut the fuck up.
You
You
can't
got nothing. You got nothing.
Okay.
That's the end of it. It literally makes no sense. That doesn't give you the ick. The other
just
thing gives you
because
the
you
ick.
disagree doesn't mean it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Why would that be okay, but the other way it's not okay?
Are you vegan?
No.
Okay.
What?
It's okay for you to consume cows.
Yeah.
If cows consumed humans,
I give cows no moral consideration.
The fuck is that? What the
Cows
fuck?
are not humans.
Hold up.
Should cows be fed humans?
Should cows be like dead humans?
No, cows
Wait.
started alive before you ate them.
You're comparing
What?
human
Hold
to
on,
human.
understand what
Let me
you're
shift.
Cow.
Wait,
I'm
can I?
saying
No.
not
Wait.
everyone
Hang on, I want to finish this
Okay,
real
all
quick.
right.
Real quick. Say this again.
Okay, you're saying everything has to be reciprocated. So if
No, I'm not saying
older
everything
men-
has
if
to be
older men-
reciprocated. I'm
if
saying in
older
this
men hit
case
on
it
younger
does.
women and that's not okay, then it's not okay for younger women to hit on older men.
No, I'm asking why one's creepy and one's not.
One is creepy because that man has significant more life experience
Mm-hmm.
and is preying on younger, purer women so they can train or groom them to be what they want in a woman.
And what if this older man who's 40 is really buff and really fucking dumb, and the 19-year-old smarter than he is?
Okay,
Then who's the predator then? Is that icky?
Yes,
It's icky then?
yes, it's icky.
Okay, let's just.
Is that what you want to hear?
It's just
Yes,
fucking-
it's very icky.
It's like
and
it's hard
creepy.
slap boxing. It's just-
So okay, let me come in on this. So Andrew, I don't know if this is either shifting the goalposts or Mott and Bailey, but here's where we started. We were talking about virginity. Age was not at all a factor, but she retreated to a more defensible position of.
It's not a defensible position.
Well, but she retreated to a stronger position of.
Optically
well,
stronger.
optically stronger. Let's talk about. Well, okay, it's 18-year-old virgins now, not just virgins, because that's where we started. Is that Mott and Bailey, or is that shifting the goalposts?
Well, no.
Or
It was an optical Mott and Bailey. So
Okay.
the Mott is 18, the Bailey is virgin. Then you say, yes, it's okay because there's not actually anything that's morally incorrect about it. She agrees, but then says it's icky. And so the optics
Icky,
there
very
is most
icky.
people would agree that it's icky, and so therefore it's icky. I guess that's where we end up.
I want to engage you on the virgin component
Yes.
of this. So your original statement was, well, I think it's kind of hypocritical for a man who, maybe he's got a high body count and he wants to date women who have a low body count or who are virgins. You object to that. You think they must be relegated for the
No,
rest
I
of their
was
life
asking-
to dating women who have the exact same body count as
No.
him. Well, okay. So
my original.
let me ask you a question. How tall are you?
I'm 5'5" or 5'6".
Okay. Do you like tall men?
I don't care about height.
You don't care about height at all? Would you date a guy who's shorter than you?
Yes.
Have you?
Okay, that's bullshit.
No. I've been in one relationship.
How tall was your boyfriend?
5'10", 5'11".
Okay. So let's see what else. Okay, let me ask you a question. So in order for you to want to be with someone, do you need to be exactly the same?
No.
Need you, in order to be attracted to a trait, need you possess said trait?
No.
Okay, checkmate. GG.
Hold on, before you say checkmate,
GG, well played.
GG,
well played.
My original point, which you twisted, was I want to understand. I was asking for an understanding.
No, you objected
Why?
specifically
Hold on.
to men with
Hold
high
on, let
body
me finish.
counts
Let me
wanting
finish.
virgins.
Let me finish. I said I don't understand why older men with high body counts only want to date
I don't think it's that they
Andrew
only.
gave you a list
mean
of
some.
reasons.
And I said because I personally find that creepy, and I was looking for an explanation.
Well,
So
no,
do you-
actually, you said it was immoral. I just want to let you know.
You brought that up.
Yeah, and you said it was
I
immoral.
said I personally find it immoral, but that's my opinion.
You said it was
How do
creepy and
do you-
predatory.
You don't have personal morality, though. You have external divine command.
I personally.
Oh, that's getting complicated
I'm in my,
now.
I am in my early 20s, but I look at 18, 19-year-olds as children.
What, bro? What?
What?
No.
That's just
Do you know
her
what
then. She's in her own world.
There's a definition.
We literally,
Adult has a definition.
Yes, it does.
So you view a 19-year-old as a child.
Not a child.
You literally
like
just-
the same as a 10-year-old, but I think they're a kid. They're still in high school usually.
19-year-olds are not in high school.
I
They
think
could
A
be.
lot of
They could be.
19-year-olds are in high school.
I don't know any.
What the
19
fuck,
what?
dumbass fucking 19-year-olds
The held
are in
back
high
ones.
school?
The held back ones.
I'm sorry, but no.
Right.
the 20-year-old high school
hold on.
student.
19-year-olds are sophomores in
Do you
college.
think this is Dawson Creek?
16-year-olds are sophomores in
25-year-olds?
college.
okay, now we're just.
Okay, but back to this.
Where-
You don't have personal morality. You follow divine command.
I do.
Yeah. So then, what do you mean? Personally, I find it immoral.
I don't know why you're defending 40-plus-year-old men being okay with being with.
Well, I don't know
18,
why you're
19-year-old women.
offending.
I've told you multiple times. I find it icky.
Right. And that's why I'm defending, because I don't give a fuck what you consider
Whoa.
icky. All I care
Whoa.
about is what is moral or immoral, or that you can make an actual argument for that somebody somewhere is going to give a shit about. Thus far, that has not happened.
Okay, so once again, if I can jump in here. In order for you to desire something in a partner, need you possess that trait?
No. I was asking for an
Okay, so
explanation.
then why is it-
I was asking for an
But I gave you an
explanation, and you could not give
No,
me
I
the
gave you a great
explanation.
one.
Okay,
You want to go through it again?
So,
You said
Can
about
I
the
come
pair
in?
bonding.
I'll
and all
jump
that.
in on this.
Eventually, hold on.
I'll jump in on this.
Eventually, you did answer it, but it took you a while.
No, I did it immediately.
You didn't say the pair bonding till later.
No, I went through step by step by step and started with why fertility would be a thing that we would go after, and then I
But
explained.
fertility has nothing to do with virginity.
Yeah, but then I explained why it would be that you would stop.
said-
It would have
Stop,
to do with young
stop.
age, though, which is what
I literally,
you're saying.
I literally walked you through step by step by step by step, including pair
Eventually.
bonding, virginity, all. Well, eventually, I had to start at the beginning
and
and walk you through. So yes, it's an eventual we have to start
I
the
did
bottom
not
rung
disagree-
so we
I did
can get
not-
to the top rung.
Okay,
right?
I did not disagree with this point. So I don't know why we're debating about what I didn't disagree on.
No, well then, if there's no disagreement, then there's actually nothing wrong with a
We
40-year-old.
just have a difference in opinions.
Yeah. You get the ick,
And you don't.
and we don't care.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people get the ick over it though. There's like, if you scroll through TikTok and stuff,
A lot of
there's
people
loads
get
of like,
icks over
do you know, like on the
anything.
street conversations and they like speak to like couples. The comment section is wild.
So literally, I just in a NLA chopper. He posted a picture, and then I posted. We kind of do this when they do this. We post like underneath their stuff, and
Forza donated $100. Do you think a 40-year and an 18-year can have an adult conversation about anything? Maddie, I'm sure you would think it's weird.
I'm not so sure that men and women can have adult conversations about anything anyway.
I don't know. I'm 19 and you're what, 38?
40.
Oh, 40. I think we can have a pretty
well,
civil
actually, we do,
adult
yeah.
I never
conversation.
said that was the don't know.
Responding to
okay,
that.
here I'm gonna do a couple. I'm gonna do a couple
right.
chats.
Yeah.
We have RV, she said
an
men should
argument
not
for you
expect
to
to
give you
find a
on this
virgin
later,
close to
by
their
the way.
age. Instead of saying that women should give more importance to pair bonding for humanity's well-being, she prefers sexual instant gratification over the future of humanity. Merci beaucoup for the Canadian 50. Do you want to respond to that quickly?
Let me reread that.
Oh my God. Hillary just read it for you on
It's
silver
just
platter.
word vomit. It's just word vomit.
Okay, she has no comment. Thank you, though, for the super
Okay.
chat. Nickelodeon playing devil's advocate. Dude, Pike drives through 100 women,
and
then
I will-
finds God and wants a Virginia. Why not just settle for a born-again virgin, Andrew?
He can.
Yeah, he can. He can.
So just playing devil's advocate back, that argument didn't fucking work really well, did it?
Also, I do want to reply to the last sentence of the last donation.
Okay, sure.
I was not advocating for instant sexual gratification. I'm against casual sex for myself personally. I just didn't understand a man's outlook and reasoning for wanting younger women,
Would
which Andrew
you,
explained, which Andrew has since explained.
Would you date Henry Cavill?
No,
You wouldn't?
no,
Okay, all right. She says it. She says one thing, maybe she means
no.
another.
I genuinely would not.
Rich, handsome, famous, all-around good dude, plays World of Warcraft. What's wrong with you? Just kidding. I'm kidding. You cannot want to date Henry Cavill. That's fine. Why are you looking at me that way? What the fuck? Chill, bro.
I don't know. You could have named a bunch of other attractive
I only date
men.
26-year-olds.
No.
27, they're
Brad Pitt?
disqualified.
Would you go for Brad Pitt? He's in his
No.
50s, right? No? Okay.
I don't know.
She's too good for Brad Pitt, folks. Brad Pitt. Would you object to like a woman who's like 19 wanting to date Brad Pitt?
No, I don't object to it.
But do you think it'd be weird if he, let's say, okay, let's
I
say,
only think it's weird if he only wants 19-year-olds. I think that's the point both of you are missing. I think it's fine if an older and younger person get together. I think that's fine.
You don't, though.
When an older man is only targeting 18,
But what-
19-year-olds or
how-
virgins.
is
I
that the
find-
case though? Like, is that
There
really
are
the case?
some men who think that, yes.
But I'm sure like
I
that
still
guy.
don't understand what the argument could possibly be if they did.
Okay, for example, for me, right? No. Okay, for me, right?
Yes.
So I'm 34.
Yes.
I would date a girl who's 21.
Okay.
Now, I'm not hanging out at college parties. I don't go to, well, I don't party or go to clubs and bars to begin with. But like, if I ran into a 21-year-old who was attractive and she liked me, I liked her, we got along, I see no problem there.
I agree
I
with
think you
you.
would object to it though.
I agree with you.
but I'm not, again, but I would date a woman, I would also date a woman.
specific.
Oh, like,
saying
but
if
so
all
my
he wants.
here's my thing though. So I would date a woman who's my age. I've actually dated women who are older than me. I would date a woman around my age, plus or minus a couple years. But I would also, if 21-year-old woman was interested in dating me, I would date her. But do you object to that?
No, I don't object to any
Okay.
of that. Brian,
It's
so-
for you. It's specifically they're hyper focused.
yes.
In reality, those
And-
things aren't really working out with those men that want the 19
It doesn't, but
really
but there's a lot of men who idolize that. And you said you're 34, right?
Yeah.
Would you deliberately hang out in groups, college parties or whatever, with where women are going to be 18 to 21 in looking for a partner? Or if you had a dating profile, would you set your preferences to be 18 to 21-year-old woman?
Okay, so to answer the first question, no, I'm not at college parties trolling for college chicks. And then two, I would, if I haven't been on dating apps for a while, if I were to set my age range, I would set it probably like 18 to 39 maybe.
Okay, exactly. And I see nothing wrong with that. But I think I was trying to make the point that I find it creepy when men specifically only want 18, 19, 20-year-old women.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
You just,
All right, there you go. All
it
right.
just really kind of
Here, we're gonna-
gives you
we gotta-
the
It does.
Yeah.
It rubs me the wrong way.
Oh, we got some tweets from our dear friend Malik. Did I get it right this time?
Oh, no.
Wait, did I get the name right though?
Yeah, you got
Okay.
it right.
What did
We
you
got some-
do?
I don't think anything is
What
bad
did
on my
you
Twitter,
do?
which is why I said, oh, no.